Watson.
And I'm Rebecca Jackson.
As a motoring journalist for Auto Express magazine, it's my job to review cars.
And it's my job to buy the best used cars I can find and then sell them for a profit.
I've been doing this for the past 12 years and I've pretty much driven every car that's been built during that time.
But my real passion is racing cars, and I'm currently leading the Production Boxster Championship.
I'll get her, eh? This show's all about buying the best used car for your budget.
We'll scale the country on behalf of our two buyers.
And hopefully, at the end of the day, they'll point to our best suggestion and say, I want that car. Legendary British sports car maker Aston Martin celebrates its 100th anniversary here at Brands Hatch.
Racers join owners and enthusiasts for a festival of racing and showing off on this famous former Grand Prix circuit, making today a highlight for Aston's legendary year.
Aston Martin is one of Britain's most iconic brands and is famous for its connections with the royal family and, of course, James Bond. Aston's racing exploits include victory at Le Mans and the World Sports Car Championship. All is being celebrated here with examples of Aston Martins through the ages, with some of their finest road and race machinery on and around the track.
The Aston Martin themed races feature cars from throughout their elegant history, from pre-war races to modern-day GTs. Two special centenary races are also being run, the first covering the pre-war era to the early 1960s, and the second open to more recent AMR GT machinery.
So here we are for an I Want That Car special, surrounded by beautiful Aston Martins, old and new. Now, our buyer is trying to keep his feet firmly on the ground, so he's going for something slightly less aerified, but still very, very sporty. 39-year-old Darren Smith is car mad. He even named his dog Lotus after one of his favourite cars. During the week, Darren drives a company van. So at the weekend, this self-confessed attention seeker wants a fast car that can turn heads. His last car was a Lotus Elise.
That was my best car I've ever had. The fact that I got loads of attention in that car was even better.
So then, Darren,
Yeah.
tell me, how much money have you got to spend?
I've got to spend about 18,000, probably a little bit less. It all depends on what you've got out there for me.
OK, well, unfortunately, we haven't got an Aston Martin for you at that price.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
So you basically want something that's sporty, maybe a convertible, is that right?
Yeah, maybe a convertible, yeah.
Are there any other things you're looking for in a car?
Basically, performance. It's going to be a toy for me for the weekends.
Let's say money is no object. What car would you have?
It'd have to be the Audi R8, in either red or blue.
OK, so like sporty Audis.
Yeah.
I may be able to help Darren a little bit with that one today. Well, Darren, unfortunately, on your budget, I couldn't get you an Audi R8. Well, not one that wasn't a Cat A write-off. So I got you the next best thing.
Fantastic.
I got you an Audi Tt, and
It's great.
probably noticed already, they're not original Audi alloys.
Definitely.
Now, let me tell you a bit about this car. It's a 2007.
Right.
It's a 2-litre turbo.
Right.
We've got 197 brake horsepower.
Right, yeah, that's good.
0 to 60, 6.7 seconds. Top speed, 147 miles an hour.
Wow.
Is that fast enough for you?
That's more than fast, yeah.
The Audi TT was first launched in 1998. The TT was weirdly inspired by the Motorbike Racing Tourist Trophy on the Isle of Man. Not as speedy, but certainly safer than being on two wheels around that infamous island road. Audi's interiors really do last the test of time, and personally I think it's a really good quality cabin on this car. What do you think?
Just running my hand across the dashboard, just having a feel of the plastics. It doesn't feel cheap. Yeah, good quality there. I'm sat in this seat quite comfortably.
People often don't do that, you know. They buy a car and then about 2 weeks later, they're like, oh my God, it's breaking my back.
And there seems to be a lot of toys in here as well, a lot of buttons I can fiddle about with in here.
Yeah, this is a really well-equipped car. I mean, the only thing that I think it's missing is satellite navigation.
Right.
But other than that, we've got climate control, we've got the Bose stereo upgrade.
Yeah, the Bose, yeah,
and it's
that's
got iPod connectivity, you've got
good.
lining as well if you
That's
haven't got an
really,
iPod,
really
not everyone
good,
has.
definitely.
Also, look at this. I like this feature on it.
Oh, right,
We've got
okay.
an electronic wing deflector. How do you thought of everything?
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the car, actually.
Okay, let's hop out a second. Let's speak about the price. This car, it's got 1 year's MOT on it. It's got 6 months tax. It's up at just under £15,000.
I can't believe it. This car, an Audi TT, 2 litre, under 15 grand.
Well, before you get too excited, me and Rebecca were actually having a chat about this car earlier, and we actually think it's a little bit overpriced. So
Right.
I'd be hoping to get it quite a bit cheaper than that.
I'm quite shocked, actually. I'm very shocked.
I'm down in the paddock at Brands Hatch, surrounded by beautiful Aston Martins that are worth an absolute fortune. And these guys are racing them. They must be bonkers. The small collection behind me, for example, is worth in the region of £40 million. Forget supercar money, this pit's hypercar money. However, if somebody put £300,000 in my hand right now, I would buy one of these. A DB5, made famous in the movie Goldfinger, armed with substantial weaponry and used in a number of other James Bond films over the years, including most recently Skyfall. Well, one out of the 2 used in Goldfinger recently sold at an auction for £2.6 million. Still to come, Matt's cars continue to impress.
Yeah, we're thinking there. Yeah.
And Darren test drives his first choice.
Foot right to the floor.
Earlier, we showed 39-year-old Darren Smith an Audi Tt as his first option for a sporty weekend car.
I can't believe it. This car, under 15 grand.
With 2 more bargains up his sleeve, I think Matt will soon have Darren spoilt for choice, especially with option number 2.
So, Darren, the next car I have for you is a Porsche Boxster S.
Wow.
Okay, this car, 2007.
Yeah.
44,000 miles on it, so it's got less on it than the TT.
Right.
It's the 2007 version, so that means it's got the 3.4 rather than 3.2 litre flat six engine.
Right, okay.
And so we've got 295 brake horsepower, 0 to 60, about 5.5 seconds, and it will go almost 170 miles an hour, which, yeah, you're never going to do that unless you're either
exactly.
on the racetrack out there or on an autobahn. So this one, £15,860. So it's less than £1,000 more than the TT. When it was new, this car was about £40,000. The TT was 27. So you're getting a lot more car for your money.
It's really unbelievable, and it's a Porsche.
It's a Porsche.
Yeah.
This dark stunner first appeared way back in 1996, and the mid-engine sports car made Porsches more affordable. The Boxster has been so successful that the industry watchers believe it helped save Porsche from potential acquisition.
Okay, now there's something I need to show you about this car.
Yeah.
I'm just going to lower the roof.
Yeah.
It's fairly easy to get the roof down. Takes about the same time as the TT, and once again, you can put it up or down when you're driving along at a slow speed. Okay, now, Darren, if you'd like to do the honours and have
Yeah,
a seat
thank you
again.
very much.
See how that one fits.
Yeah, that's good. I can get in there easy. Again, I feel quite comfortable in here as well. The seat's like hugging me in this car, so it's very good. Straight away, first impressions, the dials.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. And I like that. Again, I like the centre console. Everything's an easy reach. Steering wheel, yeah, fantastic. I love this round circle thing in
And
here.
what's the most important thing on the steering wheel?
The horn.
No. It's that badge, mate. It's that Porsche badge.
The Porsche
you
badge.
can look at.
So, yeah, we're thinking
I
there.
try my
Yeah,
hardest.
Yeah.
I do.
yeah, you're totally right, yeah.
Two-seater sports car, you think then, you know, if I wanted to go away, you say you only want it for weekends,
Yeah,
but if you did
weekends,
want to
yeah,
go
yeah,
away,
yeah.
this is actually much better than the TT,
Yeah.
right? So if you pop out, I'll show you why.
Right, okay, that's right.
So if you
thank
just
you.
head to the back. Okay, so here we have the Boxster's boot.
Right.
What do you think of the size of that?
Yeah, massive boots, massive.
It's
Yeah.
all right size. It's bigger than what you had on the Elise. I mean, like the Elise, actually, the engine is mid-mounted and it's rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
But this car is easy to live with every day. But
good.
if you're excited by that boot, think it's
Can I try and
it's
see if I
big
can
enough.
get in there?
No, well, do you know what? Do you know what, actually?
Yeah.
Let's walk around the front.
Yeah.
Because you don't just have one boot on a Boxster.
Yeah.
You have two. You've got one in the
Right.
nose.
It's,
Now, if you really want to, you can get in there. You definitely could sit in that.
Yeah, that is quite deep, isn't it?
It is really
Yeah,
deep.
very
so
deep.
You
Yeah.
can easily pack for a weekend away. You'd probably be able to do
Yeah.
a week in a Boxster, no problem at all.
Yeah, that's good. It's very good.
So what do you think of this car?
I am really, I'm really impressed with it. I just love the car.
Now, I've got something completely different.
Right.
Looks like they've stopped the racing. That's going to be a little bit expensive. And so is this car we've got for you, because it might be the smallest one here, but it's actually £17,000.
So it's a lot more than the other two. So it's only a small car.
It's only a small car.
Yeah.
But let me explain to you why.
Yeah.
First reason is that it's only got 4,000 miles on the clock.
Right.
It's less than a year old, so you don't have to worry about
Okay.
MOTs on it.
Right.
Okay, it's basically an ex-demo car. Now, I'll tell you what it is, because you're probably thinking Fiat 500.
Yeah,
But-
definitely, yeah.
No, it's not a Fiat
Abarth?
at all.
Oh, you having a
Yes,
laugh?
it is. It's an Abarth 595, so it's the top of the range one. Now, if you're not sure what Abarth is, it's basically Fiat's answer to Mercedes AMG. So they're a tuning division. They'll go to Fiat factory, they'll pick the car up off the production line, they'll take it to their own factory, and they'll basically put it on a course of anabolic steroids.
Fiat's small rear-engine cars first appeared on Italian streets in the late 50s. A year after the 500's reshape in 2007, the Italian giant's collaboration was reborn with Abarth.
So we've got a 1.4 litre turbocharged
okay.
petrol engine under the bonnet, 160 brake horsepower, and it'll do 0 to 60 in around 7.4 seconds.
Yeah.
The top out 130 miles an hour as well.
Right.
It's going to be a lot cheaper to run though than the Porsche, because it'll do over 40 miles per gallon. The Porsche
Right.
only do about, I think it's 26 or 27. You've got Brembo brakes at the front there with
right.
drilled discs, so you
Right,
should have
okay.
plenty of stopping power.
Yeah.
Inside,
Yeah,
we've also got some
definitely
other
off that.
features, so
Yeah.
let's walk round
Yeah, that's
to the
fine.
driver's
Yeah,
seat,
yeah.
get you in.
Yeah, that's-
Obviously, as it's not a roadster, it's a bit darker in here. Now, you've
Yeah,
probably
very
noticed
dark.
the seats will grip your body because they're Saybell racing seats.
Right, okay.
Can you fit in them? I'm
I
not being rude. I'm not
yeah,
being rude here.
definitely can fit
They
in
can
them.
be a bit
Yeah,
snug.
definitely.
They're designed for slight Italians.
Yeah, and I feel quite high up as
Yeah, you
well.
do sit quite high up
than
in
the
this
other
car.
two cars.
Considering it's the smallest car, it's
Yeah.
actually the most practical, because you can give people a lift in it.
Yeah, I just wonder what it's like on the roads.
It's honestly, on the road, it's great fun to drive.
Yeah.
On the road, it's great fun to drive.
Yeah.
It's also very well equipped, this car as well. We've got USB for the stereo, you've got
Right.
climate control,
Okay.
you've got Bluetooth as well, you've got all your kind of stereo controls up here on the steering wheel.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah. That's...
So it does come with lots of kit, and 4,000 miles, this is a brand new car.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
other one's around 6 years old, so
Yeah.
this is less than a year,
Yeah.
this is a baby. It's a baby-sized car.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's hop out.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Thank you.
So, I mean, yeah, it's a smart-looking thing.
Yeah.
A couple of things I've noticed, other than that the racing's obviously started again, is that this car has a couple of
right.
scuffs on the
Yeah.
wheel. Now, I'd probably either use that as a negotiating point
On the
or
price.
or see if the dealer can just fix them. I've also noticed that these Pirelli P0 tyres
Right,
nearly
okay.
new. You know,
Yeah,
there's lots of
yeah.
life in them, and they're expensive. These are very expensive a corner.
Could I get the dealer to actually repair the damage first?
Yeah, I would do if I was
yeah.
going to buy this car. That's what I would
Yeah.
recommend.
That's good.
Or you can negotiate. It's up to you.
Yeah.
You've also got to remember with this car, it's still got over 2 years warranty left on it.
Right,
So you
okay.
don't have to worry about mechanical faults at all.
At all, right, okay.
Now, if I was Darren, I know which of these 3 cars I'd want, but it's not up to me, is it, Darren? It's up to you, and you've got to dump one of them off to pick 2 to test drive.
Well, 3 very lovely cars to choose from there, and it's difficult to say which way Darren is going to go. If I was making the decision, though, I would get rid of the TT. Yes, I know it's a good-looking car and they're easy to drive, and I sell a lot of them in my business. However, if you want a proper sports car, you really need to go for rear-wheel drive, which means, ultimately, my choice would be the Boxster. I know a thing or two about them because I race one. They're fantastic on circuits with their mid-engine setup, and they've got more than enough power to supply thrills on the road. But everyone wants a Porsche these days. Why is that? Well, it might have something to do with the fact that they have 65 years of race-winning pedigree. They've won Le Mans more times than any other manufacturer.
OK, Darren.
Right.
It's make your mind up time.
Okay.
So you've got the Abarth, which is £17,000, but of course it's a nearly new car. You've got the Audi Tt, which is a 2007 car, and it's 15 grand for about 800 quid more. There's the Boxster S, once again 2007.
I really don't want that car.
OK, he doesn't want the TT, so that's fair enough, isn't it? I was surprised by that. I thought you'd drop the Abarth, but there we go. That's the thing about this show. You never quite know what the buyer's going to choose to do. Right, we're in the Abarth 595.
Yeah.
Competizione. I didn't think you picked this car. Why did you sack off the TT and go for
I
this?
sacked off the TT because of the wheels. I didn't like the style, and it's the wheels that put me off, actually, the style of the car.
Sacked it off just for the wheels. I wasn't expecting that. You know you can change the wheel.
Yeah.
Let's put it into sports mode and then put it into second gear.
Second gear, yeah.
And let's see what this thing can do. Floor it.
Yeah.
I think you might have selected fourth gear.
Yeah.
Let's try again.
Yeah,
Let's go to second.
Right, okay.
Floor it.
Floor it.
You didn't quite floor it then.
Right, yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So let's experience it then. I want to go to second again because we've got to see what this engine can do. And foot right to the floor. What do you think of that?
Fantastic. It's got a lot of oomph behind it. It really has.
Faster than you expected?
Yeah, it may be all cutesy outside, but underneath that body, there's a terrier underneath.
It
Yeah,
does mean business, this engine. And it sounds great because of those 4-pipe Monza exhaust. You've got a little turbo boost gauge up on there showing you how much boost you got. Now, one of the things you'll notice if you just drop it down into third
Yeah.
and just floor it now, you can feel the pickup's quite good.
Yeah.
And that's because you're on boost, but put it into fifth and just poodle along and now floor it.
Again.
It takes a while for it to
Yeah,
come on boost,
to
and in
boot,
fact,
yeah.
you could have enough time to write your last will and testament. It's got that much turbo lag.
Yeah, it has, definitely.
But when
Feel
you
that.
but when you've got it on boost, this thing absolutely flies.
Yeah.
Right,
And which way do I go now?
I
from
think
here?
I'm not entirely sure. This is where we get completely lost.
So I just go straight on for the time being, or
Oh, do you know
Is
what?
that-
I think we go. I want to go left.
left? Yeah, should I turn?
No, go straight on.
Go straight on,
Right,
yeah,
let's go
yeah.
straight on.
yeah.
Down that way. Go on, bring it out all the way to the red. Come on. That is not bad for a 1.4, is it?
It is, isn't it? This thing flies.
Still to come, we meet our first-time buyer, Alex.
Yeah, so it's almost a new car, yeah.
That's all right, isn't it?
And Matt hears all the wrong noises on Darren's second test drive.
I don't normally make those sort of noises, Matt.
I hope not.
Welcome back to Brands Hatch, where 39-year-old Darren Smith is looking to find a sporty weekend car that will turn a few heads. The Porsche Boxster was Darren's first choice, but he surprised me by choosing the Fiat Abarth over the Audi Tt.
I really don't want that car.
Okay, that's the thing about this show. You never quite know what the buyer's going to choose to do.
Darren was a bit reserved when it came to testing the Abarth's 0 to 60 times.
Let's go to second.
Right, okay.
Floor it.
Floor it.
You didn't quite floor it then.
Right, yeah.
He'll need to be a little bit more heavy-footed to fully appreciate the Porsche Boxster S in his next test drive.
What Darren really needs to consider is that these are two completely different cars. The Fiat is smaller, it has different driving dynamics, and it's newer. Of course, newer means there's more depreciation to come over this Boxster, which is more mature and is a pedigree piece of German engineering.
Keep going. So here we are then.
Yeah.
In the Porsche Boxster. So is this the first time you've driven a Porsche?
First time, can't you tell?
How does it feel compared to the other car?
Totally different. I'm really nervous.
Are you frightened that it might bite you?
Yeah.
Is that why we're doing about 30 miles an hour? You know, this is a Porsche, you can do almost 170 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So instead of 1.4 litres,
Yeah.
you got 3.4 litres.
It is.
I mean, this is a great car.
It is, definitely.
So put it into second, floor it. Change gear. When the engine gets round to the red bit, you need to start changing up.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep going.
I don't normally make those sort of noises, Matt.
I hope not.
But no. But believe me, this is a car.
And you'll probably notice as well, the throttle response, it's snappier.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice and crisp.
Yeah.
It responds instantly to your foot.
This is just unbelievable.
How does the steering feel on it?
Very responsive.
Steering on this, it's actually hydraulic power systems.
Right, okay.
In the Abarth, it's electric, and so there's more communication through the steering wheel.
What's the fuel consumption? Or is that a silly question?
It's about 27 miles per gallon, and that's if you're careful.
Right, okay.
So it will drink fuel,
Yeah.
but put it into second again, come on, you got it. The look of concentration on your face. You're either concerned about crashing or you were going to the toilet.
It was one of those two, believe me. I'm just gobsmacked, basically. I really am gobsmacked.
Now, I hope that if you buy this car, you do drive it as it deserves to be driven.
I would.
If you just have it and poodle around in it, I'm going to come round your house and I'm going to confiscate it.
And that's why I love my Boxster so much. Let's just hope our first-time buyer is going to have as much fun with his three choices of car. 19-year-old Alex Blagojevich is looking to buy his first car. He currently shares his mother's Ford car and is desperate for his own wheels.
When she wants it is always the time that I want it as well, so I think it's about time that I get myself a new car.
Having sampled the delights of many a sports car on experience days, Alex needs to keep his feet firmly on the ground for his first set of wheels.
Right then, Alex, first things first, what are you looking for in a car?
Well, to be fair, it needs a big handling, I think.
Handling?
All these sort of small roads where I live, and all the old grannies, oh Christ almighty, you need to get around them, and that's impossible half the time.
How about looks? What do you want the car to look like?
Something not too showy. I don't want the police to look at me and think, or look at him.
Okay, finally, what is your budget?
Maximum 8.
Maximum 8.
Maybe stretched to 8,500.
Really? Okay. Now I've got to ask, Alex. Is this 8,500 coming completely from yourself, or is your parents
Well, I've
helping
got about
out?
6 grand.
6 grand. That's good.
But I think hopefully my parents could put a bit towards that.
Okay.
If I'm very good.
Okay. Well, I hope you're going to be good because I've got some really exciting cars lined up for you, Alex.
Okay, good, lovely.
So let's go check out your cars.
Let's go.
Here we are then, Alex, with your first car.
Lovely.
It's a Ford Fiesta. It's the ZTEC trim. You've probably noticed already. Some rather conspicuous bonnet stripes there. This one's actually got xenon headlights, which is pretty nice. Yeah, and it's got a little spoiler at the back, and generally looks like it means business. Thing is, though, under the bonnet, it's got a 1.25 litre engine with only 82 horsepower, and 0 to 60 is just over 13 seconds. So there's old ladies that you want to whiz past. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
No, actually, to be fair, once you're moving, go through the gears, it'll probably be quick enough for you.
Way back in 1972, Henry Ford II personally approved the production of the Bobcat, codename for the Fiesta. Now in its 6th generation with a number of different engines, the current one is unlike most of its cousins, chic and fashionable.
The good news is, though, this car is very cheap to insure.
Okay, yeah, good, lovely.
And it's actually very cheap to buy as well. Originally, it was over 12 grand.
Right.
Today, it's up at £5,800.
Blimey, that's a big difference, isn't it?
It's a massive difference. It has got 40,000 miles on the clock.
Yeah, okay.
Now, let's have a quick look round it. I've actually had Rebecca give the car a once over. She's a used car dealer, so she can spot things that, yeah, I just can't see at all. For instance, come have a look here, Alex. Look at the rear wheel arch.
Yeah.
Does that look fine to you?
No.
Why?
What's that?
No, that's just dirt,
Oh.
mate. But nice try.
I thought I was getting that
You
in
thought
there,
you were going to be a used car expert.
Yeah.
No, it's this down here. If you actually get at a certain angle, you'll see a little crease. It's very, very hard to see, and it suggests that this has probably had a bit of damage here, but it's had a respray, and it's actually a very, very good job.
Oh,
Now,
good.
I would not have noticed that, would you?
No.
You just noticed bits of
the
dirt.
dirt.
You got the dirt. Anyway, step inside. Check out the seating position. You can alter the seat height as well. You're quite a tall guy, aren't you?
Yeah,
obviously
not
not
bad.
all cars have that
No.
in this sector. And the first time I drove the Fiesta, I just love the seating position. It does feel genuinely
Yeah, it does.
sporty,
It's really
doesn't it?
nice.
This car is also very well equipped.
Yep.
We've got air conditioning just down here. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah,
there's the
I
button,
see, yeah.
the magic button that you absolutely want, especially on a day like
yeah,
this.
definitely.
We've also got Bluetooth. So, what do you think of it?
The interior looks really good, yeah.
pretty
Nice
tidy.
and modern. All nice sort of soft touch materials. No, there's cheap plastic stuff these days.
It is, isn't it? It's quite soft, this dash. Back seats as well. You need to give your mates a lift. It's all right in the back of the Fiesta. The knee room can be a bit tight. Other few things you need to know about this car. It's got 9 months tax. It's got 9 months MOT.
Lovely.
It's got full Ford service history. Like I say, it's quite high mileage, but it's mainly been on the motorway.
That's fine by me.
Now let's go see our next car.
Lovely.
It's over this way. Okay, so here we have a Renault Clio 1.2 TCE. Now,
Right.
TCE bit's important. Okay, the engine's slightly smaller than in the Fiesta, but it's got a little turbocharger fitted to it, and so it pumps out 100 brake horsepower.
Okay.
And it can do 0 to 60 in 11 seconds, which doesn't seem that fast, but out on the road, the punch of the turbocharger means this car is actually very good for overtaking. So this is the car for taking the scalps of those old ladies. Obviously not literally.
Since first bursting onto the scene in 1991, the Clio has been admired for its style and handling. Now in its 4th generation, loaded with technology such as keyless entry, it's also very safe, scoring highly in Euro NCAP crash testing.
Now, it's a bit more expensive than the Ford.
Okay.
It's up at £7,000. It's quite a big difference,
Yeah.
but this car, it's only done 3,000 miles.
No.
Yeah, so it's almost
Really?
a new car, yeah.
Blimey, that's all right, isn't it?
And it's quite surprising to get one with so few miles. So let's have a look inside.
Okay.
You just want to hop in, but actually before you do, you'll notice down here the seat looks a little bit
Yeah, look
worn.
at that.
Now it's
Yeah.
probably because the guy who had it had a bit of trouble getting in and out, and maybe Renault's interiors aren't that durable. If you find signs of wear like that on a car, it can call into question the low mileage of such a vehicle, but I don't think there's any problem in this particular case because we haven't got other signs of wear, such as on the steering wheel or on the accelerator, brake and clutch pedal. So it does look genuine, this car. Hop in then.
Okay. First of all, I think the Fiesta is a lot nicer inside. I think it's more futuristic. This looks a bit plain, in my personal opinion.
But the equipment is actually quite good. You've got air conditioning, you've got some steering wheel mounted controls here. They're not actually on the steering wheel, they're just down the side here.
Oh, that's fine, yeah.
Also, the Clio is very big. It's actually bigger in the back, I think, than the Fiesta. So if you just hold yourself up there, okay. I want to show you this, because you can fold the seat squabs out. When you fold the seats back down, they lie quite flat. That gives you a nice big load area, which is handy if you want to carry big items in your car. One thing I forgot to mention, this car's called the iMusic Special Edition. Now what that means is that you've got input for the stereo for auxiliary in, so you can play your music via a wire through your car's stereo, but you can actually stream it using Bluetooth as well, which is nice and handy.
That's good, yeah, I like the sound of that.
Okay, if you just want to hop out now. One thing with this car, if you buy it, it comes with a full year Renault dealer warranty, so you get the peace of mind of that, which is nice and handy. Here we have a Citroen Ds3. Now, what do you think about that?
Well, it's certainly the best looking out of all, my personal opinion.
I've done myself proud, really, haven't I?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Done a really good job here.
Now, this particular car, it's actually only had one owner from new.
Okay.
Apart from the garage which run it as a demonstrator.
Oh, well,
okay.
all right.
It's got 18,000 miles on the clock. It's got a 1.4 litre engine under the bonnet, so it's got the biggest engine out of these three cars.
Okay.
It's got about 95 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 just under 11 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
It's a decent little engine, and it's reasonably economical, around 45, 46 miles per gallon you'll get out of it.
Okay, that's good.
Now, looks great on the outside. It's just as good on the inside. Climb aboard.
All right.
It's definitely got more character inside than the other cars, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, really nice in here.
This car is actually based on the Citroen C3, but it's had some chassis upgrades, so it handles better, and then obviously the design's different, and inside they've made it feel a lot more flash.
The Citroen Ds3 was officially launched in 2010. The name originally came from the word Ds, which is French for goddess. One of its strongest selling points was the ability for the customer to personalise their car by mix and matching body and roof colours.
Other things you've got on this car, which I should mention, is that unlike the other cars which have 4 airbags, this actually has 6, because you've also got airbags up there. You've got curtain airbags. Yeah. And it should have air conditioning, because the original buyer of this did put it on the car as an optional extra. Right, step out, because there's something else I'm going to show you. There's something else which may put you off this car a little bit. Can you see that crease down there?
Yeah, I can see what you mean, yeah.
A bit like the Ford, it appears to have had a repair.
Okay.
But unlike the Ford, it doesn't seem to be as repaired quite as well. Now, if you're going to buy this car, I'd mention that to the dealer, either to negotiate the price down or to see if they'll fix it before you drive it off the forecourt. And that brings us on to the matter of price. And unfortunately, this car might be a little bit out of your budget, but I really wanted to show it you.
Okay.
It's up at £9,000.
Right.
Now, I think we can probably get some money off it, especially because of these, these little bits of damage here. But you have to go and have a word with your mum and dad and see if they can up the amount they're going to lend you.
I'm sure I can persuade them nicely.
Okay, well, other than that, this car comes with a 1-year dealer warranty because it's from a Citroen main dealer. Okay. It's also had their 112-point check, so they've looked around the car to make sure it's all mechanically sound. I think we've got 9 months MOT and tax on it as well, so you don't have to worry about that. Before you decide which car you actually want to drop from this lineup, I think you need to go and have a word with your mum and dad and see if they can actually stretch to this, because if they can't, this one's out of the equation straight away.
Still to come, Alex is pleased with his car choices.
I wasn't expecting to feel this good, but I'm pretty surprised, actually.
Rebecca gets an amazing deal for Darren.
What do you expect?
Great deal.
Earlier, I showed first-time buyer Alex 3 cars.
I've done myself proud, really, haven't I?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Done a really good job here.
He wanted a mix of sporty looks
Looks like quite a chunky little car, doesn't it?
with low insurance premiums.
This car is very cheap to insure.
It's now time to pick the 2 cars to test drive. But which one will he reject?
Right then, Alex, you've got a tough choice. Have you spoken to your mum?
Yeah, all done.
Right then. So, you've got 3 cars here. You're going to bin one off. Will it be the rather expensive but rather cool Citroen Ds3? Is it going to be the bargain that is the Ford Fiesta, which is great to drive, by the way? Or will it be the Renault Clio with hardly any miles on it and a great engine? So which one don't you want to test drive?
Unfortunately, it'll have to be the DS3.
Is it the money thing?
Yeah.
His mum, she said no. Oh, I'm sorry about that, my friend. So that means Alex will be test driving the Renault Clio and the Ford Fiesta. So Renault Clio then.
Renault Clio.
1.2 turbo.
Turbo.
We've got 100 horsepower.
Okay. Feels a little bit punchier when you sort of prod it.
Yep, exactly. You mustn't forget this car. It's like 3,000 miles. It's like almost new.
Pretty much new, yeah.
That's an annoying indicator sound, isn't it?
No, it sounds like someone's tapping.
It sounds like it's got a rattle already.
Yeah.
Floor it, just floor it in third. Go on, put your foot right on the floor. Right on the floor. Is it on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. You're going along in fourth gear, floor it.
So yeah, it's got that extra gift, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. And you really notice that when you're driving along, especially if you're on the motorway and you need to overtake. It's just got more performance. And now you're on these twisty roads and it's handling all right. And the bumps are bad here, but it's dealing with it
Pretty well, yeah.
It's a comfy car.
Definitely.
You know, this car actually, I haven't told you this. The dealer's going to throw in a sat-nav. It says
He's going to throw in a sat nav.
going to throw in a sat-nav for you, brand new sat-nav. So, if you're driving a French car, you've got to learn to drive like a French person. When people kind of honk at you and stuff, you've got to learn to go, oh, it does not matter. Well, that's a good way to test the brakes when some fool in another French car pulls out in front of you. The brakes all right though, didn't
Yeah,
it?
definitely. That's got a bit more.
We didn't have to use the airbags, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, do it.
Oh Christ, that was a mistake.
Go floor it. Bit of wheel spin there.
Yeah, that definitely feels more kicky in that.
I don't feel like I need to rock in my seat
Yeah,
to help it along.
Feels good, to be fair. I wouldn't expect it to feel this good. But I'm pretty surprised, actually.
So you like it more than you thought you would?
I like it more than I thought I would, for sure.
The DS3 was a bit expensive, so Alex is test driving the Clio at the moment, which has less miles than the Fiesta. With a little bit of wearing to the seats, that might be something that he needs to consider. And the Fiesta looks the part, but isn't quite as nippy. Be interesting to see which one he goes for.
All right then, Alex, you're test driving the Ford Fiesta. How does it feel compared to your mum's car, or should that be KA?
KA.
No, it's car. Anyway, how does it feel compared?
Well, first of all, it's a lot more quiet. Okay, it just rides like an absolute...
It's noisy from the tyres
Yeah,
on the road.
definitely. A lot of road noise.
How about the suspension? Because I think it's great.
Yeah, it's really
It's not wanting to put words in your mouth.
Oh, no, not at all. No, but no, it feels really smooth, you know, going over little potholes, you know, can't have anything jarring or anything. It's just right, actually.
You're going to go left?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, left brake. Now you can check out the steering and the brakes.
Well, they're quite good, aren't they?
Good brakes then,
Yeah, stop pretty quick.
The economy's good. Ford says over 50 mpg. It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as good as what the manufacturer says, but
No, we never are they?
well, it's very hard to actually get there. You have to drive like an absolute saint. And you actually seem to be driving like a saint, so maybe you will get over 50 mpg.
Well, you never know.
Mind, I mean, you chauffeured me about. It's nice and relaxing, actually.
Well, I'll tell my mum that. She hates my driving.
Does she?
Yeah.
Mums do. Honestly, my mum, she drives like a bat out of hell herself. Then if I so much as squeeze the accelerator pedal, she's like a... No. This is a chance for you to actually check out the performance of the engine when you come out of this junction. Give it the beans.
After the...
Polo. Challenge the Polo to a duel. He doesn't know about it.
No.
Floor it. Go on, change up.
Get in there.
Steadily, come on, little car. I think it needs some help. So we're not even at 60 yet.
60, hooray!
There we go. We're gonna go left here. Could you see yourself in it?
I definitely could.
OK then, Alex, you've driven both cars, and I know you've got a very tough time ahead of you choosing which one to go for.
Okay.
Is it going to be the Renault Clio? It's a bit more expensive at £7,000. It's got a lovely turbocharged 1.2 engine in it. It's only done 3,000 miles, and it comes with a year's Renault dealer warranty.
Oh, Christ, that was a mistake.
Floor of it. Bit of wheel spin there.
Feels good. I wouldn't expect it to feel this good. But I'm pretty surprised, actually.
Or is it going to be the Fiesta? Looks a bit sharper. It's not as quick though, is it?
Not at all.
But it does handle well. You like that, didn't you?
I do like that a lot.
Floor it. Go on, change up. Steadily. Come on, little car. I think it needs some help. Tell me, which one's it going to be?
The Fiesta.
The Fiesta?
It has been, but due to insurance, I need to check that out first before
Okay.
making any commitments.
OK, then that's fine. That's always wise to do that. Make sure that you can insure the car. Should be pretty cheap on this one. It's not going to get that much cheaper than on this 1.25 Fiesta. OK, so the car was up at 5,800. Let's see what Rebecca managed to get the dealer down to then.
Well, after some negotiating with the dealer, I've managed to get almost £300 off, which means he's happy to accept £5,500 for the car. It's supposed to retail at £7,000, which means you're paying about £1,500 less than you should be.
That's good, isn't it? That's all right.
Well, I'm telling you, that car is an absolute bargain. She's done you proud there. It was cheap to start with. She's got more money off. You can't say better than that.
Not at all.
You must be chuffed.
I am very chuffed. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
So that's one deal done. On to the next one.
With one deal done, can Darren's hopes of driving a sporty head-turner be realised? Will he opt for pure performance and choose the Porsche? Or will he be swayed by the perfect balance of power and economy that the R-Bath brings?
So, Darren, you've driven both cars.
I have.
And now it's time to make your choice. OK? We've got the R-Bath.
Yep.
Almost brand new.
Right.
9 months old. £17,000.
Right.
That is not bad for a 1.4, is it?
It isn't. It may be all cutesy outside, but underneath that body, there's a terrier underneath.
For more than £1,000 less,
Yeah.
you could have this Porsche Boxster. Keep going.
I don't normally make those sort of noises, Matt.
So tell me, Darren, what's it going to be?
Easy decision. I want that car.
So you've made the right choice, man. Now we're going to find out if we've managed to get a little bit of money off it. So, Rebecca,
Right, okay.
you've been talking to the dealer, haven't you?
That's right, and I agree. Great choice. The dealer will give you 1 year's warranty
Right.
and a few £100 discount,
Right.
meaning that the last price on that car is £15,340. I know, you want to buy it now, don't you?
I want to buy it. I was hoping you were going to go for the other car, and I was going to take that. And if I didn't take it, I'm sure Rebecca would have as well.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Overall, though,
That's really
Rebecca,
good,
you're
yeah.
a trader.
Yeah.
What do you think of that price? It's insane.
It's an insane price. I don't know how the dealer's actually making any
Right,
money because
okay.
the retail on that car should be in the region of £18,000.
18,000, right.
That's right.
That's interesting to know.
So then,
Very
what do you do? Do you flick your eyelash?
I'm a Boxster racer. What do you expect?
What a great deal. What a great deal. Well, what an incredible day. We've been surrounded by all these fantastic Aston Martins, which you can still hear ripping past us now. We're not going to see a day like this again for another 100 years, seeing as it's the centenary.
That's right, Matt. And what a fantastic day in the office. We sold 2 cars as well.
I know, and they started off at unbelievable prices, and you managed to get even more money off.
I told you that I was the queen of negotiations.
She is. Job done, I think.
The horn?
No. Is that bad, mate?
I don't normally make those sort of noises, Matt.
And all the old grannies. You need to get around them.
His mum, she said no.
Oh, it does not matter.